What was the first thing that you wanted me to say?
Let's just go off the top.
So I'm Thomas Tullis, the president of the University of Oregon Young Americans for Liberty chapter. With the event, we were really hoping to encourage conversation surrounding gun policies.
Hey man, you play poker, right? You sure?
I would say, you know, we've got a poker night. Do you play poker? But as soon as you say, you know, top prize wins a 9mm handgun, then all of a sudden, no one is not excited at that point, either in a negative way or in a positive way. The event itself went overwhelmingly well. We were expecting to have about maybe 40 people, and we had over 60 in the room, I believe. Everyone started with the same amount of chips. It was free for everyone to attend. And people brought their friends and they made new friends. There was definitely a lot of people talking about the political statement that we were making, and there was definitely a lot of people who were very comfortable getting to know the people at their table. And I think we facilitated conversation, and we facilitated an event that really brought together students from all different sort of sides of the political spectrum. There's a lot of people who, after they lost all their chips and they were out of the game, they didn't leave right away. They wanted to stick around and watch more cards, or they would grab one of our books and they would be like, you know, I'm gonna check this out. I'm gonna look at this a little bit more. So they were taking a better look at the libertarian ideas that we were presenting, and they were reading about gun policy and about free market policy. And they didn't want to leave right away. We brought in food, we had pizza for everyone. So it wasn't sort of an event where you come to and as soon as you lose all your chips, you're gonna leave. By the time we got to the final table, I think we were about 3.5 hours into the event, and we had gone from about 60 students down to the 9 best poker players in the room, essentially. About an hour into the final table, things were really heating up, and people were really on edge. It was very high energy. People were very sort of nervous. I mean, there's sort of a lot on the table. 2 of those 9 people were going to walk away with firearms. So we had about 20 people stick around to watch the final table, and it was getting pretty late. It was about 10:30 at night, and we only had the venue for a little bit longer. But at one point, I think everyone was just quiet, just watching the cards come down. And whenever a player would move all in, sort of the energy in the room would escalate a good bit. And it got people talking. We wanted people to be talking about guns and gun control and the gun ban and firearms and arming students. And people they came up and they said, so you're encouraging arming students? Is that what you're doing? And we said, yes. When the policymakers and the administration go about designing rules and policies and solutions to violent crimes on campus, it's always about giving the police more power, or arming the police, or more rules on an administrative level, or different classroom policies. And we never really discussed the idea of maybe the gun ban on campus is a bad idea. Maybe if we allowed students to carry on campus, we would actually have a safer campus. Well, I think the overall reaction, and maybe surprisingly so, was actually very positive, and there was more people who were excited about the event and were excited about the prizes than there were who had a negative idea of guns and gun control. Project Liberty went above and beyond our expectations. They sent event organizers. Joshua Brainerd, who works with Project Liberty, was there, helped us put on the event. And they went out and helped us visit local gun shops and solicit prizes and solicit more sponsors in that way. So really, we wouldn't have had an event without our sponsors, and we wouldn't have had our sponsors without Project Liberty. So they certainly helped facilitate a good event. And they also were able to provide legal advice and legal counsel to make sure that the event we were putting on was legal as far as gambling goes and as far as guns go. It's definitely not a good idea to just jump into an event that might be you might be legal hot water. So we definitely use the resources that Project Liberty provided with us, the professional resources that we wouldn't have had access to without them, to help put on a successful event.